with Brian Kiernan from the Trinity Pub here in CABO ROIG. And we've come to meet you here to speak about the St. Patrick's Day, one of the most popular events on the Orihuela Costa. So my first question to you, Brian, is what has actually led you to move to Spain, and when have you come here?
I came here back in 2004. I purchased a house in Trinity back in 1999.
That's a long time ago.
Holidays.
Okay.
And the more I came out, the more I fell in love with the place. So I just decided one Christmas I was here. The second last day, I said, that's it. I'm setting up at home and I'm moving out.
All right. That's a long time ago. You must have seen so many changes since you've arrived.
Seen a lot of changes since 1999, yeah.
Wow. Awesome. And you started with the Trinity Pub here in CABO ROIG?
No. The Trinity Bar, we purchased that just 10 years ago now.
All right, I see.
And before that, I had a cafe in CABO ROIG called Cape Cod, and I done a lot of property rentals.
I see.
Quiet.
Okay. And what was it like to work here back in these times? It must have been much harder than nowadays.
It was very, very busy back in the early days, from 2004 up to about 2009. This place was buzzing.
Yeah.
The whole CABO ROIG was buzzed. But when the crash came, the whole thing just died.
You've noticed
died for nearly 3 years.
Wow. Well, now obviously things are different again.
It's picking up again now. It's still not as busy as it was back in 2004 to 2008.
I see. So nowadays, is there like other family members running the place with you? Who is involved in this family business?
Oh, my daughter, Zenia.
All right.
And Jimmy runs the bar.
And Jimmy runs the bar as well. All right. Okay, that's interesting. So you've started to work, you've opened the bar like 2010, you've said, or 10 years ago?
10 years?
10 years ago, sorry, yeah, it was
bar, yeah.
10 years ago you opened the bar. And what has actually driven you to start? I mean, nowadays you are the organizer of the St. Patrick's Day in CABO ROIG. Since when have you been doing that?
I've been doing it from the very first parade. It started one night, two people, a guy called Brendan Gormley and myself, because in 2010 the place was just a disaster, like, you know.
So you're like,
there was no business, there was no proper business around the place. So we felt that maybe if we started up a parade, it would start the season for a lot of the people here, and it also would promote the area.
Exactly, it would start the season for the people. It would attract more people to actually come to CABO ROIG and bring some life in, wouldn't it?
Correct, yes.
Absolutely. And so that was the main background, that was the main reason for you doing that, and also helping the community around. Okay, so that was any other inspiration for doing the St. Patrick's Day? I mean, it's the important event of the Irish culture, so you must be really proud of representing that in this area here.
It's been amazing, you know. Every year it's got bigger and better, and also, I suppose, from a business point of view, it has brought massive people into CABO ROIG. Our very first parade, we had 2,500. Last year we had 25,000.
Wow!
Awesome. So that's, you can see how much it has grown. Each year has grown and grown, and now we have the younger generation coming through, and now they're starting to organise the parade, which is great. Like, you know.
That brings me to the question: how much time do you actually have to invest? How much time does it take to organise that event every year?
Well, you have to start planning nearly 12 months in advance, because the first thing you have to do is to get a parade marshal, and you know what I mean. You're trying to get the right people, and you're also trying to please everybody with the person that you're getting, like.
And how do you actually select the Grand Marshal? What is the procedure to do that?
Well, most of the time it's people that we know back home.
Okay. All right, I see.
Like all the people that we've had out here so far,
yeah,
we've known them back home.
I see.
You know.
Okay. And How does the town hall get involved into organizing that? Do you get any help from the town hall and local businesses?
Well, the town hall has been very, very good to us from the first day we started. Now, financially, we don't get any financial assistance from them, but they give us permission to run the parade and to supply the police on the day, and we also get a special license from for all the bars and restaurants that is going to have live music all day on St. Patrick's Day.
For this year, 2025, how many people are you expecting to visit the event approximately? What is your feeling?
We're talking again roughly around 25,000 people.
About 25,000
We
people.
have, I think at the moment, we probably have around 2,000 people arriving from Ireland for the day, which is a great boost for the area. And in fact, there's no accommodation to be got leading up to St. Patrick's Day.
That's incredible.
It's good for the bars and restaurants, but it's also good for the people that are doing rentals.
Absolutely. How could companies help you contribute with this event? What is what they can do for you? What can you offer them in exchange in terms of sponsoring? How can they collaborate?
You're talking about raising the funds for the...
Exactly, yeah.
You have down to probably 3 or 4 businesses that raise most of the funds.
Okay.
You have Milo's up there. He just ran a golf classic yesterday. Very, very successful. The Caffertys have ran a golf tournament there 2 weeks ago. It was a massive success. We even had Packy Bonner at it. Now he'd been a famous Irish goalkeeper.
Wow.
Back in the 90s, like. And also we had CABO ROIG in. They organised a quiz last week. And Smiling Jacks, Gerard out of Smiling Jacks, he's been organising bowling days. So he's already had 2 and there's another one to come. So basically that's the bulk of where the funds come from. Now also we go around and we try and get money from all the rest of the businesses as well.
I see. Right. Yeah, no, that is obviously needed for such a big event. Like,
We need up to 25,000 euros.
sure, that's a lot of money. Yeah, obviously, yeah. What would you recommend to visitors coming over? Like, how much in advance you have to plan to come over, or how can you find accommodations, or what would you recommend to people wanting to visit that event this year?
Well, the people that's travelling over, that's participating in the parade, we have a lot of the ex-Irish Army. We have also got a civil defence people from Cork arriving over here. I think there's 20 of them. We would have other different people coming over as well, participating in the parade. So obviously they would book their accommodation a couple of months in advance.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, otherwise, as you said earlier, there is like no free accommodation left. It's difficult to stay here. Well, Brian, sorry.
And then there's a lot of Irish people that have their own properties here.
Yeah.
So they all come out for St. Patrick's Day as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a massive boost for the businesses here, and it starts the year.
Yeah.
Because, you know, January and February, very quiet months here in CABO ROIG.
Yes, we know.
March, it starts the year, and from then on up until November, the place does be buzzing.
I'm sure, Brian, that Orihuela Costa wouldn't be the same without St. Patrick's Day, would it?
I don't think so, because it's been a massive success for everybody.
Yeah, and not only, I think, for the Irish community. I mean, nowadays it has become so international, attracting like all kinds of nationalities. You really welcome like everybody from any part of the world, don't you?
That's correct, Chad.
Yeah.
We are actually we're ranked number 9 best parade in the world.
In the world, imagine that. Here in Orihuela Costa, well, it's awesome what you have achieved. So this is definitely going to be the event for the year.
It's going to be the big event. Our main organisers here are Jimmy and from the Trinity, Ger out of Smiley Jacks, Leo out of Barmed, Milo Reardon's, Niall out of Reardon's, and Dolores. Now, these are the main people that are involved in running the parade. But at the end of the day, it's Jimmy and Ger that does 80% of the work. It's them that gathers all the acts and everything else together.
I see. No, it's good to know. That's good to know. Well, that brings me to my last question, Brian. And what is your vision for the future? How would you like to see the parade to develop in the future? What is your idea?
It's each year is developing, it's getting bigger and bigger. And now that we have the younger generation coming in, it's brilliant because I can actually sit back now. I don't have to put the work in anymore. Not like what I used to.
Certainly. Yeah. Now, you've done a great job already, like building it all up and making St. Patrick's in Orihuela Costa what it is today. So thank you very much, Brian, for your time for that interview. I wish you a lot of success with this year's event. And we'll definitely be here at St. Patrick's 2025. Let me just remind, which is the exact date of St. Patrick's Parade this year?
The St. Patrick's Day Parade this year is actually on Sunday the 16th. And the reason why Sunday the 16th is because we cannot get a lot of the acts, because most of the people that are actually participating in the parade, especially all them ladies dressed in the beautiful costumes and the different other different acts that's involved in it, they can't come because it's on a Monday.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why we went to the Sunday.
It makes sense, like to allow everyone come on a non-working day. So save the date, Sunday the 16th of March, St. Patrick's Day, Orihuela Costa. We look forward to seeing you all here. Thanks again, Brian, for the interview.
Thank you.
And hope to see you soon. I'm here with Jimmy Kiernan from the Trinity Pub in CABO ROIG. You are at the moment like the manager of Organising St. Patrick's Day in Orihuela Costa, and because we just spoke to your dad, who was actually like funded that, who's actually like started that. But you tell me about what you are doing nowadays. What is your mission and how do you carry it out?
To make St. Patrick's Day bigger and better than it ever was.
All right.
My dad started 13 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
2,500 people. I had it last year. I had 25,000 people.
25,000 people.
And I think this year it's going to be bigger. I've actually asked the police. I said I generally think this year it's going to be bigger.
All right.
So we need more security. We need everything.
Yeah, I just asked you that about the things you actually need, because there's a lot of effort behind it. It's a big challenge for you as well, because...
Of course, but like everybody thinks that just everything is free.
Yeah.
The thing, everybody thinks everything is free.
Everything is actually, in actual fact, things that get more expensive.
There's nothing free in this world, you know.
Nothing at all, no.
And we raise money. Like many people give us money just to make the place. You know, it's like goodwill. You know, like people donate money for us to do this.
It's reciprocal, because what you do, like for the community, like they get it back. You help other businesses.
Of course.
You create something nice for the people to come and to celebrate, to make a huge party here. So. Yeah. It's a really good thing you're doing. And I've just asked you that earlier, but how can actually, like, I'm asking you this question again. What other help could you have to make this better? Who else could collaborate or contribute with you to make it easier for you, like to get more people in, or?
It's hard to get the help because it's passion.
It's the passion, yeah.
It's the passion. Like I've taken on, my dad started something and now I've taken over. Do you know, it's the love. We could have 10 people or 10,000 people. It's just it's the love what we have for the St. Patrick's Day. When I was a child, when I was young, I used to be in Ireland. I used to be in the parade. Oh, really? No, but for you to be in the parade when you were a child, you know, it was a special occasion because the whole town sees you when you.
Of course.
And in Ireland, if you actually participate in St. Patrick's Day parade, you're like...
you can be really proud of being part of that event.
Being part of it. And happy to say, when we came here, when my dad came here, he was like, as you said, him and one other guy, they were sitting in the pub one day, writing down on a bear mat. They were like this, they got a bear mat like this, they split it in half, this how it done it was, I swear you. They got a bear mat like this.
Rip it off, yeah.
Ripped it off and started writing. Wow. That's how it started.
Wow.
That's how St. Patrick's Day started, on a bear mat.
And look what it is today.
On a bear mat.
On a bear mat, yeah. Wow, that's an anecdote, yeah.
I have to say, for me, the last 2 years, Natasha, a very good friend of mine, she organised, she works all around the world on carnivals. Mm-hmm. And she lives here in Orihuela. Mm-hmm. And she helps me very much in organising the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, like, who is going to like participate in the parade? What sort of like dancers, you've got some
This year-
Irish dancers as well.
3 years ago when I started, we had 32 acts.
Right.
This year I have 67.
Wow, that's huge, isn't it?
67 in 3 years.
Nearly as big as, even bigger than the Carnival. Even.
Yeah. Way bigger.
Wow.
Yeah. And thankfully, over, I think the council changed hands there 2 years ago.
Yeah, we've got a new major now.
Yeah, new measure. But since that, the very first day they changed over, they rang us and they wanted they're organising.
They wanted you to
They
continue.
organised with me and my dad Brian, and we went to town hall and they asked us to sit down and said, look, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
They were practically a brand new committee.
But they already knew what you've been doing in the past,
They
so
knew what
they were
we're
more than
doing,
happy to
but
help.
They knew, but they didn't know.
Yeah.
They don't know behind.
Exactly. They knew like what I saw, the results they saw, but they probably don't know the effort that is behind and the challenge that it is for you, because you didn't really count on big help from the town hall apart from the security measures and the permissions you get.
No.
I mean, there is like, in financial terms, there is no help whatsoever apart from the other companies.
For me, right, in January I start organising the carnival, right?
Yeah.
But in January we have no money. We have zero money because in January, February, March we start raising money for the...
It's the dead month. I mean, the Spanish say the Cuesta de Enero. It's like the difficult time of the year. It's always January after Christmas, isn't it?
We always try to raise money in summer, but it don't happen because we're all too busy.
Everyone is too busy.
When the money's here, everyone's too busy.
And by January, you already spent what you've earned in summer.
It's gone. It's like, well, December's good. January, February is the loser months.
Yeah, I know.
But St. Patrick's Day, that one day, it clears 3 months.
Yeah.
If you had if 3 bad months, one day, gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I remember last year, I walked around all the business. Now for the last, as we said, we have never had any trouble. Never. Last year, 25,000 people. No police, no nothing.
I want to ask you that. Like, there's so many people gathering and getting together, but there's like no events of people robbing or stealing or fights or nothing at all. Why?
Zero.
Why do you think is that?
I think because it's the passion, it's the love. People come here. How can I say it? In Orihuela, we've 101 different nationalities.
Yeah.
And that one day, everybody comes green.
It's probably like 200 different nationalities. Like.
Yeah, but everybody comes Irish that one day.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it. Everyone dressed in green, everyone wears the hats. I normally, from Guinness, this pub is a representative of Guinness.
Yeah.
So they gave me all these big hats.
All right.
Every year, maybe I get 300, 400, 500 hats.
And everyone participates. Everyone dresses in green.
Yeah, everybody, yeah. This year now, I think there's nearly 1,000 people participating in the parade.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
We've 80 soldiers coming over from Ireland.
Soldiers?
Ex-soldiers,
yeah.
Yeah, UN.
Yeah, I remember, I saw them the other years.
Defence forces, but for them, they're proud boys.
All right.
You know, because they're...
And they do it voluntary as well?
Voluntary. They come from Ireland, they come over, they fly, they pay their apartments. Okay, some live here, some don't. But like, they come over here, they spend money. They spend their money to come to our parade.
Wow.
We don't pay them. Now, the likes of like what Natasha does for me. Natasha's amazing. I have to say, without Natasha, I couldn't do this parade.
Wow.
Because she works around. She goes all over the world, doing all different carnivals. Last week she was in Hong Kong. Next week she could be in fucking South America. No, it's true.
Wow.
You know,
and she still helps you. She still comes here and helps you.
Every single morning for 2 hours, every single morning for the last 3 weeks, me and her talk for 1-2 hours. Every morning, because we're trying to, we get this, we get that.
Yeah.
Because, how can I say, the carnival, although a lot of people participate for free, but like the big acts and the floats, we have to pay.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And yeah, it's cost me nearly 25,000 euros this year. I actually spent the money. I spend the money before we get it, but we have an idea in our heads how much.
But at the end, it's birth. When you see the results and all the people coming and participating and everything, it just, I'm sure it makes you proud.
Listen, it opens up the whole year.
Yeah.
It opens up the whole season.
It's the beginning of the season, as you said earlier, yeah.
It is the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
The week before St. Patrick's Day, you might see 3 people walk up down that strip. A week later, you've got fucking 25, 30,000 people walking up and down the street
That's awesome.
in 1 week. You know, it's the difference.
That's incredible. So, how do you see the future of St. Patrick's Day, the way you organize it? What would you expect in the future?
This year was hard for me, right? Because the very first year that we're not having it on St. Patrick's Day. Every year for the last 12, 13 years, we had it on the 17th.
Yeah.
But last year was such a huge success because it landed on the Sunday.
Well,
St. Patrick's Day was on the 17th on the Sunday.
Yeah, which
Such
is okay.
a huge success. And now this year is the Monday. When I talked to a lot of the acts, they couldn't come on the Monday. So I personally made the choice. I said, I'm sorry, but St. Patrick's Day is on the 16th.
At least in Ireland, there will be a bank holiday, obviously, I believe.
Always,
Yeah.
it's national holiday.
But here in Spain?
No, it's not bank holiday, it's national holiday.
Well,
It's not to do with the banks.
maybe we have to speak to Pedro Sanchez and then make a holiday.
I think we should. But for me, like Madrid on the 17th, they always have St. Patrick's Day and all the...
Yeah, it's a big thing.
I know Madrid, but here is bigger.
It's well received in Spain, but obviously maybe not enough like to make a bank holiday yet. You know, we don't.
The only advertising we've ever done is Facebook. We
Yeah.
haven't done. For you, what you're doing for us today is amazing, and I really thank you for this.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
You're giving us.
It's a pleasure.
You're giving us
More audience,
yeah, more
more
audience.
exposure.
No, I really appreciate it.
Now we have to do it because it's just such an important part of Orihuela Costa, and we are part of it as well. So
Yeah.
we are obliged to do so. Absolutely. Now you can be really proud of what you're doing and what you have achieved.
Passion. It's not proud. It's passion.
I'm sure this year is going to be another success, and we are more than happy to support you.
I always say, the week before, I always call, please rain, because when it rains in Orihuela,
Yeah.
one day rain, 2 weeks no rain.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I said, please God, please rain, please.
You don't want rain on St. Patrick's.
I want rain the week before.
The week before, not on St. Patrick's.
Then we have.
I remember there was a rainy St. Patrick's Day. That was, I think, in 2017 or 18.
No.
Which one was that?
It wasn't 2017. It was 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
2020 was our biggest. It was the first time we're actually having a St. Patrick's Day on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then COVID came along. We got shut down on the 15th of March.
Wow.
On the 17th was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay.
We got closed on the 15th of March for COVID.
Yeah.
And for 3 years there was nothing.
Okay.
So then 3 years later, when we started St. Patrick's Day, it's fucking rain.
Oh no. Jimmy, again, it was a pleasure talking to you.
And I really thank your company for coming to help us and what you're doing and to